I've turned up in Cusco, one of the most famous cities in South America, but I've got absolutely nothing booked. Over the next 2 days, I'm going to show you how I go about booking all of my plans on the fly, including Machu Picchu, as well as a couple of days finding our feet in this incredibly beautiful city and getting a couple of training sessions in. Let's get it.
Please say goodbye before you leave me in the morning. Toothpaste kisses undercover feel just right. Rudely awakened by sun-dried tamales.
Hello and welcome back to Peru. We've made it to Cusco, taken the journey up from Lima. Flying was 100% the right move. Very early flight, up at 3:30. Mr. Mike here was up at 3:36 because certainly catching some Zeds, we both were. I ended up getting 2 hours sleep, which is far less than ideal, but we move, double the coffee today, that's what I say. It's nice up here, it's cold as well. We've gone from 0 meters altitude to 3,500 meters altitude, and the plan of action, pretty simple. We're going to be doing all of the adventures that Cusco has to offer over the next multiple weeks, in the region of 3 weeks. So it's going to be very good fun, and we're starting slow and steady, building our way into it. First up, we're going to go and get coffee and a breakfast now. It's still 9:30 a.m. We've been up since 3:30, as I said. First impressions of this colonial city are incredible. We're just at kind of the main historic square now. Behind me is a fantastic view if I've got my big head out of the way. And we're going to continue to walk through this way, get our breakfast, get a coffee and a croissant in. And then I've been in touch with a couple of tour agencies, and I'm going to take you with us. We're going to meet a guy with an incredible story about how he founded his tour agency here in Cusco, but always puts the people first before the money, is what it says on the website. So he's already said some very high-spirited things to us on email. Fantastic opportunity to work with someone that's got the right intentions and ethics behind their business practices, and hopefully we can, lump everything together and do all of our activities with one person, which would be amazing, and obviously give you an insight. Oh, fighting dogs. Give you an insight into what a reliable company would be if you were to come down and do things for yourself. So, without further ado, I always say adieu. I don't know why, but I got it right that time, and now I've questioned myself. Without further ado, it's time to crack on. Let's go. Looks pretty good, huh? We've gone for, this was like a breakfast deal. The espresso here, very full of flavor. This is a strawberry smoothie because I had one in the Choquequirao and I've got a taste for them now. And 2 fantastic breakfasts. Mike's got the vegan option, and I've got some bacon on toast with some scrambled egg under there as well. Looks good to me. Then we're gonna get in the shop. Excited, feeling good. 2 hours sleep. Pumped, mate. I might just live like this now. Just don't sleep. You get so much more done. Fantastic news, alpaca tours are unbelievable. We've got the 2 most exciting tours in Cusco booked and locked in. One of them is the Choquequirao trek, which is the Machu Picchu sister site that barely anyone knows about, and I'm extremely excited for that. That was one of the main things I wanted to do here. And then also we're going to be going up Machu Picchu via the Salcante route, which is the most exciting scenery. Both of them are extremely long treks, and there's plenty of other day trips to do before then as well. First, we're going to head back to the hostel, and then we're going to start to scheme what those day trips are going to look like and what order we're going to do them in. Haha, didn't think that was a mirror, did you? Welcome to day 2 in Cusco. Last you saw us, we just absolutely nailed the planning of the 2 major hikes that we're going to be doing here. After that, went and explored this incredible city. Favorite colonial city we've seen on the entire trip? Maybe. It's beautiful, peaceful, loads of open squares. Really enjoyed walking around. Tried not to do everything in one day though. Then we had a lunch, quite an expensive lunch. It was fantastic service and good food. I haven't had alpaca yet. I went for it's like their take on Asian fusion, a nice chicken rice bowl, but they love eating alpaca here, so I'm gonna make sure I have an alpaca burger. There's some other alpaca dishes as well. I'll packer them in, if you know what I mean. And yesterday afternoon was just a case of sorting a load of admin after that. I finally booked my flight home, so you got to soak in these Peruvian adventures. And now we're getting our first gym session in. We've caught up on sleep after the 1.5 hour hours sleep to get here yesterday. Had a decent nap, decent kip last night, and it's leg day. Ended up not doing it in Lima when we were technically meant to do it. So gonna smash the legs today, and it's also walking tour day. So after we've smashed legs, get back to the hostel. We're doing it at the Viajero hostel. They're included, like you only pay for tips. In most cities that we've been to, that tends to be the way. You book on a walking tour that's free, and then you tip based on the quality of the tour. It's a really good way of assuring the quality as well, because the guides always give their best. Then after that, we're gonna meet with this guide who I've got the details on for a load of adventures over the next week in and around Cusco. Not the massive hikes, but still like beautiful scenery all in the surrounding area. Rainbow Mountain looks absolutely stunning. And there's a couple of valleys like the Sacred Valley, and then a couple of other mountains and peaks and salt mines as well. We're gonna smash all of that out. But first, let's smash out the legs. Straight from a very successful push session, absolutely nailed the flat barbell press, 100 kg for 4 sets of 8, which I'm gassed with, and then onto the standing overhead, which is always a pleasure, and then into the bodyweight dips because there was no belt there. Smashed that out first thing in the morning, and then went to meet our friend Carlos, who's now our friend, who we were kind of scheming what was going to come next and how we were going to put together the rest of the plans, which is the whole point of this video, and it's coming together nicely. He's got one of his mates, hopefully to take us to Choquequirao, which is a very similar Rainbow Mountain that absolutely no tourists go to, and that, all things going well, should be one of the next videos. And then we've gone to another smaller company called Machu Picchu Reservations, and we're going to do another couple of little things with them on the cheap with a big group of tourists to show you, obviously find some beautiful spots, but to show you what else there is to do all around Cusco. Because we've got so long here, we're able to absolutely nail our time here and do pretty much everything. Another thing, I knew I forgot something yesterday. We went on our first excursion, which was a city tour of all of Cusco. However, this walking tour was not ideal. I can't tell you anything that I learned because I barely learned anything, but it was nice to mooch around the city, go into some different corners of the city. We managed to actually pet some llamas as well, which was super cool. We had a nice time, made some friends in the Viajero as well, but we are closely approaching 6 months on the road now, and so spending time in an 8-bed dorm in a hostel when you can pay the same price to work from an Airbnb is obviously a no-brainer. So that's where you find us now, on this balcony. We've just moved in, literally just checked in. It's not the most enticing view, but we're in a nice part of town, and the Airbnb is lovely. So I'll show you around it quickly. Main TV area, we'll be watching Netflix in here. Nice dining table. The kitchen, what's kitchen again?
Cocina.
Cocina. I keep thinking cochine, which is car.
Concha, yeah.
Oh, that's not even right. We'll have to cut that. 2 double beds, one for me, one for Mike. Happy about that, aren't you, mate?
Very
After
happy.
sofa beds for the foreseeable past. Is that a accurate phrase? That brings us to the end of how to organize everything when you've absolutely planned nothing in Cusco upon your arrival. And next up, we're straight into the adventures. No more faffing around. So very excited, as I said, to show you everything that Cusco has to offer over the last month of the trip. Let's get it.
Oh, you want me to say that?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to. Like and subscribe.
No, say it with conviction and look
Please
at the...
like and subscribe. Adam Radcliffe at YouTube,
.com.
Instagram, Facebook.